we are alive, I think. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Kay's Table with GM Greg for Solar Coalition, episode 7. 7.
Technically session 9, so one more and we're at 10.
Yeah, but those other two sessions weren't recorded.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, we're at session 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so recorded sessions.
Yep, we're live.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So, if you want to, who wants to do the recap?
Guess I can do it.
Or I can if you want.
If you want to, sure.
Alright. Last session, while en route to Colony 29 from Colony 30, where was a little bit of fun activity at 30. At 29, we were able to, en route, we picked up a blip on our radar that turned out to be a very old away shift with a very confused nanotech scientist teenager on it. She was raised in isolation, living with the corpses of her parents.
As one does.
As one does when you're in a place like that. I don't think you could open a window to let them out. So I'm pretty sure that was the best.
the trunk and
Yeah,
toss them
I'm
out.
pretty sure it was limited options. So I mean, you did what you did, and you survived off borderline unedible food. And due to the castaway mandate, because you were technically in an away ship and in need of distress, our ship adopted you. The plan was at that aspect that we were going to give your parents a proper send-off and the remaining piece of your vessel. Probably at that point make you an unofficial member of the crew. Just because you're traveling with us now and you really have no other objectives. And honestly, traveling solo in this planet, all of us would tell you. And you've also been, made friends with my girlfriend in game and shit, so you've done pretty well adapting to the crew. And right now I think that we're just a few hours away from Colony 29, really, after that situation.
You guys were on approach 2 hours away.
Yeah, so, other than that, on the business side, our resident rogue, yes, just as spoken, has set up a match with Red Comet and either a old fighter from the fighting rank, or at least someone interested. Setting up business deals. The drones should be rather busy, I imagine, once we get to port. Doing their whole fight promotions, which I do think is hilarious that there's all these drones just fight promoting, with lights and flashing flashers.
Holographic posters and whatnot.
Yeah, so,
Very, I can't even think of the name of the movie now.
Are you okay?
try not to inhale soda.
I'm good.
What the fuck? I can remember the line from it. Do you sleep
Remember,
electric
guys,
dreams?
if I die, you guys win the game.
Repeat the DM one way or another.
You can just headcanon whatever the fuck happens next.
Yeah? When you roll a natural 1 and you choke on it.
The irony.
I'm good.
So yeah, that's I think pretty much what happened. Fight established, new resident, that I think you were getting into the idea of selling your stuff, makeup, booth style.
Yeah.
So that was another business
Tom's
aspect.
fault.
Yep. Yeah, actually, that's right. You were talking about that.
Getting rid of the bodies.
Yep. No, I mean, and that was
When you say it
respect.
That way makes it sound like murder. She did murder her parents, I swear.
They died of totally legal means.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna think if we really got Jack the Ripper on the ship. No, I'm not even gonna think about that shit. But nah, so I think other than that, we yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of. Anything you want to add?
No?
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. So yeah, we're on approach, a couple hours away. Take it away, GM.
Alright, so you guys are probably about 2 hours out from... Sorry, still recovering from trying to breathe soda. You guys are about 2 hours out, still on approach to Colony 29. You're very close at this point. You can see a couple other ships ahead of you, a couple behind, sort of scattered throughout. You're seeing for the first time in your life what a space colony looks like. You've heard the word used a few times in conversation between your parents back when they were still alive, but you never actually passed by one because you guys were so deep out into space for a while. I think I described it last time as basically a giant capital T-shaped space station, like a rotating base, and a lot of ships going in through the top.
It's a Titan Tower in space.
Basically.
It's a good description of what a space colony would kind of look like.
She's just staring directly at the colony.
Lots of pretty lights.
So shiny.
I think you had disconnected from the main ship to dock separately.
Yes.
So they usher the anchor in first, and then you pretty much right afterwards, alongside Joe's character ship. And
Anyone interesting waiting for our arrival?
first roll of the session. You haven't received any communications from the people you're supposedly doing a fight with tonight. They might still be in the middle of setting things up.
Okay. So I don't have to do anything. Cool.
Yeah, they wave the anchor in first, and they pretty much wave the ships down this kind of narrow-ish hallway that they just sort of hover at like a cruising speed down before you and your ship and Joe's ship are sort of redirected off in different directions as the anchor continues forward towards the main hangar. You can see outside the windows a lot of people working on just sort of maintenance of the walls, a lot of people with like really big power tools, some in like spacesuits, some with bubbles, kind of like your helmet. But you pull into your little docking area relatively easily, and then Joe's ship kind of comes in next to you because you have similarly sized ships.
His is smaller.
His is a little smaller.
He's like a one-man fighter.
Yeah, okay. So his is a bit smaller, but they're putting the two of you together because you're part of the same
That's fine.
convoy at this point, I guess.
Technically, yeah.
Soon enough, the anchor comes into port. It's the same deal as always. The mag locks come down from the ceiling. A few come out from the floor. Big platform basically cups the underside of the ship. A big ladder is rolled up and connected to the side. Doors open. You guys are officially clear to leave the ship.
My character will approach yours, probably staring at the big view screen, which right now is just showing what's on the other side of it, which is the bay.
You can see all this, by the way.
Yeah, you can see all that.
She's just
Ship's
staring.
basically there.
You,
Just staring at everything.
I ask you, is this your first time on a colony? I imagine it is.
She's just gonna give you like a certain look, just like
That blank stare.
yeah.
So
Just
is
a blank
Dara
stare.
in the room?
Hold on.
I figure I'll give it to the.
Ah, yeah, she's there.
I kind of wave at Dara. If you want to go
Comes
out, please go with Dara, because I know you're not familiar with our rules. She'll be able to teach you.
Okay.
And I check around. Is the secretary around?
Ah, yeah, she's actually getting ready to leave.
I said that if she wants to go around, if you want to just communicate with the secretary, just while you're out, I tell her that's more Dara than you, just because.
Dara's like, yeah, I'll relay where we're headed to her and to the radio on the ship and whatnot.
And I said, just listen to Dara and go, and you can go out into the colony. And I ask her to take her out.
Dara pretty much walks over, pats you on the back, like really hard. It's like, stick with me, kid, and you might not die by the end of today.
Okay. Do I need? Are these friendlies?
Oh yeah, don't shoot anyone down there, please.
Okay.
If you see anyone, and she sort of like points at the little badge on her outfit. If you see anyone in these, are mainly just like navy blue uniforms. That's usually an indication of a friendly, unless it's a friendly in disguise. Shoot those guys. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm getting confused.
So shoot anyone that's not wearing navy blue.
No. Maybe
I just
maybe
referenced. Might want to take a
sus-
gun. No,
maybe-
no need for weapons here.
maybe be suspicious of anyone not in navy blue.
Okay, so can I taste them if they're not wearing navy
No, that's not a good idea. That's how we get confined to the ship. So maybe just maybe take a weapon with you just in case things happen while we're out there. But maybe don't walk into the space colony with an arsenal. That's why I'm leaving the cannon back in the ship, because it's barely legal out in space. Sure as hell isn't legal in a colony.
As it should be. I'll radio into my command after that.
Yep.
Let them know we've arrived on.
Same guy who's been communicating with you back and forth by now. It's a pretty simple deal. Tells you that there hasn't been any Darksider activity is very rare beyond this point. They mainly operate out in the sort of Mars sphere part of space. However, given that they seem to have it out for you guys, proceed with caution, but you should be pretty much in the clear.
Alright. What colony are we,
You're at 29 at the moment.
what's
so,
our next expected colony?
be 25.
I let him know we'll reach out once we get to colony 25.
So just to show you the space map.
Okay.
Here we are.
So 29.
About there.
Okay.
So you guys are literally on the halfway point.
Okay.
But command's all good. They haven't really reported any suspicious activity or anything around these areas. Darksiders are still pretty much reeling from that whole extreme loss that I think in game really only happened like a week ago.
No, it's been 2 weeks. Travel
Alright,
time.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because you've been to and from a few colonies.
Okay. So
So proceed with caution, but
Okay.
I'm putting on my new spiffy suit.
oh yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, nice custom fit, custom everything.
The power suit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it pretty much everything clicks into place just right. It's like perfectly accurate to your
Yeah,
measurements.
and it's not like huge, bulky.
It's not huge and bulky. You have a lot more. You couldn't really move your arms beyond here in the other one, which was kind of hard to do a punch. But with this one, you have like full mobility and whatnot.
I am Iron Man.
Basically. Keep rolling 8s. So yeah,
all right.
Dara doesn't have any plans to go anywhere, so
Alright. So what time's the fight?
hear the ship beeping back and forth a little bit. Still haven't received word back from those guys. It's a little suspicious.
Yeah, it is.
Hope we're not getting scammed.
Big
I know,
guy.
I know people out here around the Earth sphere are very cheap from what my databases say. So
Cheap people may not be so willing to part with their money, but they usually have more to be parted with.
so when you said, "Hey, big guy," who were you calling for?
I'm spacing on names. I'm
Lugnut?
Cyborg or Pilot?
Yeah.
So Lugnut,
Lugnut.
Lugnut pops up from the. Or actually, no. As you guys landed, the bay doors open and they moved out the Red Comet suit. So Lugnut actually pops in through the door. He's like, "Yes."
Everything all set for the fight tonight? You need anything?
Suit's all good if you'd like to step out and see it. It's
I take your word for it. But
considerably larger. Should
do you
pack
need
more of a
anything
punch.
from us, or do you know anything about the venue? What are the details? Because I don't have anything to put on flyers or advertise yet. I don't even have a start time.
Well, all right. Yeah, me and Dimitri have been here before. This is actually like our second fight after our first one, where we like got on the pathway towards the championship.
Oh, okay.
So we've been here before. Yeah, the people out here are very cheap. They see, as we've combed through the lost media that you've shown us, I'd say the comparison could be made that they see mech fighting less as football, as I've been told of that sport, and more as like horse racing. So a lot of high bidders, a lot of fancy people,
Okay.
a lot of not entirely legal activity, but so be careful who you mingle with. The fighters out here are very confident, not very skilled. So that should work.
Excellent.
That should work towards our advantage. Our advantage, rather.
Thanks for a flash fight.
It'll make for a flashy fight. If you don't hear back from them within the next hour, probably I'd reach out, and if you can't hear from them beyond
Well,
that,
you're taking care of the arrangements for the fight tonight, right?
yes,
Okay, then reach out to me when you
All
know
right.
some update.
yeah. Hopefully they reach out soon, because otherwise, Dimitri's already getting fired up about it, and I'd hate to see him have to go. Unfortunately, we don't have a bunch of dumb clones he can punch today, so.
Yeah, and the other thing is I don't want to have to publicize on the station, you know, that the guy just didn't show up.
I'll leverage that if something happens.
You know, because that would be horrible publicity for him.
Do one more. Okay, you know, fuck it. So as you guys are talking about this, you see rounding the corner a very short, very stout, sort of portly man, well dressed, walking with a cane, big top hat, looks like a penguin basically. And following behind him is probably 4 guys who are trying to look inconspicuous, but in doing so are looking very conspicuous.
Okay.
Sort of rounds the corner. He's like, "Is this the one?" And he sees the mech suit being brought out on the platform. He's like, "Ah, it is!" And then he sort of trots up to the door. He's like, "Are you Bob?"
I am Bob.
"Ah, it's good to meet you."
Who are you?
I should have gotten my
Are you
Hey.
not Bob?
the paper with all the names on it. He reaches out, and he pretty much reaches up to you because he's so short. He's like, I'm Quinn Bancroft. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bancroft.
My superiors, they've told me that you're not the organizer, but the sponsor of the mech fight tonight, or
Sure.
the match against Red Comet. You know, our boys here, they
I'll
lost.
let Lugnut kind
they-
of give him a weird look, like,
Lugnut's like, yes, this is the guy. The guy continues, he's like, our boys here are really, itching to get a shot back at Red Comet. Very bad defeat we faced at its hands last season, so.
so you're out for vengeance.
Well, the pilots are. It's a big moneymaker either way for us.
Oh,
so.
definitely.
So I'm sorry for all of the lack of communication. It's the off season, and my superiors they agreed to this without pretty much knowing what it was. So I've
Right.
been.
Well, I need to know venue, time, location, everything, so I can start,
He pulls out like a data pad. It's kind of like hers, where it's like two rectangles that sort of come apart, except it goes like really
Hey,
long.
Cherry,
Like
come
a like a CVS receipt, basically.
We're walking over to Bob.
here.
Actually, I'm on the ship, right?
No,
Yeah,
you're on the colony at this point if you went with
you're with them.
Oh yeah. I'm gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
But you could radio over to her if you wanted to.
Okay, right through your drone. Hey, Cherry,
She's gonna look at drone.
would you mind doing some work for me?
Work?
Yeah.
What do I do?
She doesn't know what work is.
Okay. I'll reimburse you for it. Okay, what I want you to do is send her a bunch of the pictures of the mechs and the information. Okay, make a poster. Your drone will help you.
Okay.
I will.
Yes, you will. You're smart enough to do that.
As that like really mechanical sigh comes out of the speaker, you actually see it lower a little bit, as if it's like.
Okay. And then this way you don't have to do all the work.
That's fair, I guess. And it sort of hovers away to go start getting things together.
Okay.
So Bancroft shows you all the information. Starts tonight at 9. Venue is pretty much in the center of the colony.
Okay.
Um,
So, how long and how good of a job does she do on making a spiffy advertisement for this fight?
I
How
guess
long
the
does she
question.
have till the fight?
I'll say it's morning right now. So you
Make
probably-
the thing as quick as possible so we can start publicizing.
I guess the question is how you're making this.
How.
She has her data pad. She has access to the
So you could try to-
computer. She has the
You
drone
could try to graphic design
That-
something together.
that can do the holographic display for her to, like a screen,
She'll
and just
try.
do the whole like Spider-Man like
So
3D.
the drone's eye spins a whole lot, and pretty much like a hologram from Star Wars, an image sort of flutters on of basically just a blank MS Paint screen that you can design in.
She's just staring at the screen.
You can touch it, and it'll work. The drone says.
She's gonna touch the screen then. Is it like
You see like a little mark on it.
You really want graphic design for the isolated person who doesn't understand the concept? Like, there are others
She's
on
got
the
an
ship.
interesting sense of style.
I would have given it to Jenkins, like, because I kind of feel like that might have been the wiser option.
Here,
but
let me look at
okay.
the abilities.
She could
to
always
see what-
refuse.
Let me look at the
Just ask her a
abilities to
question
see
and
what
no.
what graphic design would count as far as abilities go.
I would say between intelligence and charisma.
Yeah.
So yeah, make either an intelligence or a charisma check, either or.
gonna use my charisma? Not 20.
Oh my,
my
god! So,
What's up, guys?
Hello.
hello.
You joining us today?
What's that?
You joining in the game today?
No.
Okay.
Nope, not today.
So on a nat 20. We're gonna say she vanishes for like an hour, just kind of into the ship, into the room with the drone. And you put together. It legitimately looks like an old school like professional wrestling or boxer thing. You work the data pad. The drone's like doing a lot of research. It actually gets pictures of the opponent. It shows you what the red comet thing looks like, and you put together this thoroughly amazing, eye-catching, informative, and awesome digital poster, basically.
Yay. That's good.
With a sign designed by Cherry.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sends that to you.
Okay.
Pretty much, it emails it to you.
I send it to the drones and send out the fleet.
Like locusts descending upon an ancient village, the drones all leave. They'll cram themselves through the same door, and just sort of go out into the city. And you can see as they get further from the ship, lights blipping on as they start putting on like hard light, hollow projections of the poster, amongst other things, and playing ads and music and whatnot.
I'm cooking up some burgers. Anybody want some?
If you're offering, sure.
Yeah,
I'll take one.
Sure.
I got plenty. So,
Sure.
Bubba burgers. We have cheddar and onion burgers.
Ooh, those sound awesome.
Sounds good, brother.
Okay, burgers all around. Good.
Thank you.
No problem.
So those head out into the city, start immediately spreading the word.
You see your newly designed image being portrayed off of these drones that go flying by.
How fast are they going by? Are they just like whizzing by?
Right now they're
jets?
going by relatively quick, but
I'm gonna say if you head back out to that like main sort of common area, and you look up to the thing, you can see like pretty much V formation through the window as they head out into the city and then just disperse.
She's just gonna nod.
good job.
She doesn't know how to handle a lot of what's going on. She doesn't even know what she was creating.
So, I am going to hand her, for doing such a good job, here is 200 credits.
Where do I put that on the paper?
Usually put it on belt.
Yeah, you can put it on belt or in your inventory or just right around the side, wherever. But yeah, he pretty much. Are you getting her like the actual bills or?
I'll give her the actual credits, yeah.
So he hands you this stack of like thin, clear blue plastic with some writing on it.
Okay.
She just
I'm gonna say you have an understanding that it's probably some sort of currency that they've been talking about.
Yep. So when you do a good job, you get paid. When you get paid, you can use that money to buy other stuff.
She's gonna hold out her makeup, her nanoscare. Can I sell this for credits?
Yes. But do you have everything to make more?
Not nanoscare yet, but the eye contacts, yes.
Okay. And then how much are you going to charge for them?
The scientist and I haven't discussed that yet. I don't know where's the scientist. She's looking around for the scientist.
So we'll say you moved over to his ship, and immediately he comes crashing through the door. Trips on part of the ship, falls flat on his face.
It seems normal for him.
I rolled a 2, so I figured he's here,
Okay.
but it's a rough entrance. It's like, I heard science being discussed, as he sort of gets up and pats himself off.
Science of economics.
Ah, it's the best kind.
Yes. Poor girl has never been out in public, doesn't know how money works. So,
I sympathize with you.
You know the contacts we made for the eyes?
Yes, I remember we were a bit iffy on discussing prices.
Yeah, what should we sell them for? We have a lot right now, right?
Yeah, I think you guys made like 20-ish.
Yeah. I thought I had a note on it.
did you write it on the back or on a sticky?
I think I put it on a sticky, but I don't know where it is now. Can I roll to see how much we made?
Yeah, I think before we rolled like 2d12.
We had like 16, and there were like various colors.
Yeah, okay, we'll say you have 16 of various colors. You can choose the color when you go to sell it or whatever. I imagine the colors can probably be modified prior to sale.
What should it be called? She's asking the scientist that. Because the dye I had was called dye for the eye, but these stick to your eye.
Dye for the eye sounds perfect.
Honestly,
And if you could do half as good of a job on making a publication for that as you did on the fight publication, then go for it. So, how much? Well, I'm going to call a ship's doctor.
like doctor is in medic,
Yeah, your ship is medic, right?
Field medic. It's Gilda.
so you call Gilda.
Gilda. Oh,
I'm
is
just
Gilda
hanging
with
out.
us?
No, she's on the ship.
Okay. Gilda, how
yes,
much would
dearie.
it be for like surgery or whatever to make your eyes work when they didn't work before?
About 100 credits. That's a bit of a... I don't know why she's Scottish now.
Gilda, she's whatever she wants to be. We love Gilda.
about 100 credits.
She watched a cool movie the night before. Just picked up the
W.
accent.
Gilda, Little People was
Take
there.
our freedom. About 100 credits, I'd say. It's a quite invasive, difficult procedure to do.
Okay, so there you go. If it's 100 credits to get your eyes fixed, then why not 200 credits to fix your eyes without the invasive surgery?
Yeah, and it lasts for a year. So, would that work?
Yeah.
And then whoever helped get involved with making them, you can.
That's the scientist.
Yeah.
Oh my dear, I'm getting plenty compensation from the coalition for my services already, so you don't need to worry about that.
She'll just give him a pack of the eye contacts, and then you can have these ones for free. I don't know what color they are.
The duck is gonna see gray.
I have ideas for these. And then the door shuts in front of him and he's gone.
All right, folks, so what do we want to do now? Business is taken care of. We have a space station we can go and parade around. They're taking care of all the fight stuff. We just have to show up tonight if we want.
Can I make another poster for the contacts I have?
Sure. It's your drone. You have access to the system. I've told my ship to help you out.
If you wanted to maybe run that ad as part of like the
The
ads,
promos for
the ad stream and promos for the upcoming night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say you could make a roll to design a thing for the mascara, the contacts rather.
Okay.
And since you did such a good job with the last one, I'll let you roll with advantage because you have fully mastered the
posters.
the art,
I got this
the
shit.
art of graphic arts.
17?
All right, yeah, it's not quite as stunning as the fight one, but it's really good. It's
I mean, the fight one had to be stunning.
Oh, yeah.
It had to be eye-catching.
yeah.
Die for your eye.
Yeah, so you've got like big, bold, bright font with all in different colors and stuff, and you've got like the drone leaves and it catches up with the secretary and takes like just a picture of like her eyes and whatnot.
And it does like a flash of different color eyes.
So there's like a picture of like the secretary looking kind of confused, but the eyes are like they put in filters so the eyes look like really glowy and awesome.
It's good.
And
You
it-
too can have any color eye.
It's got like a
Perfect
catchy
vision.
it's got like a catchy phrase on it that I'm too unoriginal to come up with on the fly. Just says something about perfect
Eye
vision
for
and
your
whatnot.
die. It's all about the looks. Both what you can see and what others will.
Sure, it says that at the bottom as sort of
I
like
don't know.
a little quote.
Just came off the top of my head.
You send it off to the drones and across the city, alongside like the fight poster, and then like just sort of holograms of Red Comet that they'll do every like 5 minutes or so. It'll do a brief just like read of what's on the poster and it'll display the poster.
With like some sort of way to contact Cherry about that contacts.
You could do like your
You want to do a contact on the What the Fuck channel?
comm signal basically, or you could redirect them to the what if
Is there a signal or like a number for the own tablet she has?
The signal would basically just be the
Your
futuristic
drone.
phone number.
Joe?
Your drone has the connection that you can go with that one.
Okay. She'll tell the drone to put its contact on there for her.
Yeah, computer, can you set her up with her own like email
Sure,
contact thingy and
I'll just run like all the stuff for that out of this drone specifically, and some flickering lights and some fax machine noises, and then it's like, all right. So when we start getting
Windows start.
when we start getting calls and inquiries about that, I'll let you know. It sort of just hovers aimlessly around.
I'm just gonna go bother the scientist again.
Oh yeah, he's in his laboratory.
In case she gets more calls, she wants to make more contacts with him.
Make a perception roll as you enter the room.
What do I...
I think it's wisdom.
Wisdom? 21?
So you just barely catch, as you enter the room, you see him putting going to put the contacts on the duck.
Oh my god!
And then he's like, oh! He puts it away. Like, hello, Jerry.
What were you doing to that poor duck?
Nothing. Eye examination. Puts it back in the box, shoves it under the desk again.
The contacts might be
So,
a
my
bit
friend.
too big for its eye. We might, if you want to dye its eye, we might need to shrink the contacts a bit.
Or perhaps I could just enlarge its retinas.
So while that's all happening, we can just be hanging out.
So Jenkins eventually comes to you. His face is still a little bandaged from when he bit the food brick, but he can talk now. Although now he sounds a little. He sounds as screechy as normal, but now he also sounds like he has a lisp. I'm not even gonna try to do that voice.
I'm going to get his jaw fixed at some point. Where's the medical operation I can get that done?
You can put him in the med table downstairs. But he pretty much comes up and he's like, "Hello, sir. If I'm all ready for duty now. Reynolds cleared me for active duty." And you see like Reynolds 5 feet behind him holding back Chuckles.
Alright, well, good news is you can be off duty for the next, until we leave at this point.
Oh, thank God.
So, I kind of tell him that if he wants, he can go to the med bay for basically get a back to tank probably with the SCS. Or I can pay for one if they have one on the station.
It's like, all right.
I'm not going to use his because that's his.
Ask and I'll let you have it.
That's what you think. I'm trying to not make him sound like a clown now.
I am not trying to hold back my laugh.
what your workshop, sir.
Yeah, that's basically what he says. But he communicates to you in his new awful voice that he'll head down to the medical barracks and see what he can have done.
And I say, throw around my rank if you need to.
Will do, sir. And then he's gone.
I tell Reynolds to make sure he's taken
He is
care of.
technically fit for duty, sir. You just can't talk good.
Yeah, and I need my man to be able to communicate properly.
Understandable, sir. I'll make sure he gets where he's going.
Thank you.
And then he sort of just follows behind him.
Yep. So I'm gonna probably log on to the station and see if there's a restaurant I can take Dara.
Make an investigation check.
21.
Okay.
Huh?
Why do I feel like I ended up finding a black market restaurant?
Okay, yeah, but damn, the universe really wants you to have this.
Sometimes it does.
So you look around and you start using some channels through your
The officers' channels.
the officers' channels and whatnot. To figure out, you find out. Do you remember the name of the fancy restaurant you guys went to close to Mars? The one
He
that
still has
has
marketing deals. with.
Valentis.
You find a Valenti's. Seems like they're a chain place.
And travelers.
You could absolutely flaunt not only your rank, but the partnership to absolutely get like a free dinner, basically.
I'll tell Dara that I'm trying to make plans at a restaurant and reach out to Valenti's. I'll open up a comm channel and just...
Yeah, they're... Valenti's is amicable to the whole thing. It's the same entirely French waitstaff with very bad accents that I'm not even going to try to do. You say that you work with Bob from the Waterfront channel. They're like, oh, immediately, we will get you seated as soon as possible.
I tell them, it's like probably late morning at this point.
It's like almost noon.
Almost noon. I tell them for reservations for 6 for the fight. I let Dara know that she can meet me wherever she wants, but we'll have dinner at
She's
Valenti's.
excited.
Oh, yeah. And, I have a date if we're at an actual colony with a place. I tell her that she
When in
can...
Rome.
Yeah, exactly. I tell her to get anything she wants, a new dress or whatever. Although the red one I liked, I'm not going to deny that. But
She says she'll head out into the colony, just take a look around. She had a few things she wanted to visit anyways.
sounds good. So
And she was going to take Fee out.
She offers to bring you along. See the sights of the city.
Sure. Just a quick question. How is your hair fiddling?
Fine. That's not itchy anymore. You still see she's still hiding the blue hand.
Can I make a perception roll to see if it's any more blue than it was before?
Sure.
It would be wisdom, right?
Yeah.
11?
I doesn't seem any more blue.
Okay.
I rolled like a wisdom save for Dara to not scratch at it, and she rolled pretty high. So it is actually not any more blue. Yeah, she offers you to take you out into the city so you can see what colony life is like. So she runs a few errands.
Sure.
Anyone want to come with?
I'll travel and then break away at some point just to check out the colony on my own.
Alright, yeah. So you guys head out. The drone is still following you.
I'll follow as well.
All right, so the group heads out. Being closer to Earth, you can immediately see from what you guys remember of the other colonies that this one's a lot cleaner. It's a lot fancier. It's a lot more upkept by the Coalition. They care about it a lot more because it's a frequently traveled to spot, so it's not quite like the other more dingy colonies you've been to. You see there's actually like a lot of vehicles flying overhead, basically like the mid-air highway from Attack of the Clones.
Okay, so there's just constant transports flying.
There's a lot
around.
of like very small ships and vessels and pods. Quite a few things that kind of look like the Coswall flying around, pretty much like 50 feet above you, above like the buildings. You see for the first time in your life houses and buildings on the street. Massive rectangular structures people seem to be living in and operating out of. Which is weird because all the things that look like your home are in the sky, just kind of going by. There's like a lot of street vendors. You can already see some of the advertising for the fight tonight, including also your stuff for the contacts is out and about. There's like a lot of street vendors trying to sell things. You guys see it's kind of touristy, but you wouldn't really be able to tell that because you haven't really experienced civilization proper.
It's just not good enough. He doesn't have a solos.
I chuckle.
If he hadn't just moved to the other colony, I'd make a roll to see if you guys ran into him. But
I mean, I did tell him that he might know of a
honestly, at this point, you'd have to be magic to be here.
Windshock Ian character at this point. I've seen some weird shit.
I hook him up and we start cloning Solo.
Oh no!
A Solo for every station. Ben.
But yeah, so I basically start saying if you want to hit up some pawn shops.
Yeah.
So I'll look in the directory.
Roll investigation for pawn shops, I guess.
I will roll it with advantage because I get to use the ship.
Nice.
Or just make a general perception to see if anything catches your eye.
Just a general one to look to see if anything.
Oh no.
I see nothing. My nanotech just decides to betray me.
17.
A few minutes.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 11.
So you don't find much. There's a couple of places, but they're selling more like war relics and stuff like that. Nothing that anyone would be interested in. What did you roll?
17.
On a 17, you find a place. It's pretty close to the center of town, probably within visibility of the stadium that the fight's going to be at tonight.
Okay.
And on a nat 1, you see a really cool looking alleyway. Like some neon lights along the walls leading into it.
Can I just start going down there?
Yeah, you guys can make perception checks to just watch her make a beeline.
11.
8.
You don't notice you beeline.
Do you want to make like a stealth roll to try to get away from the group?
I mean,
If you want to, I'm not gonna force it on you.
No, at 8 I just didn't notice you walk off.
Nah, at 11 I may have noticed, but
Hey, Darsha, probably. She's supposed to be watching you. Oh God.
what's your roll?
10. So no one sees you just take an immediate hard left turn away from the group and towards this dark, dingy alleyway with neon lights. The drone follows you though. It doesn't say anything, but it follows you.
Yeah, that thing will not leave your side.
So heading into the alleyway, I guess make a perception check just for what it's like.
Oh my god, you're gonna OD. It's like you're done.
what do I use for perception?
Wisdom, I think. Yeah.
8.
Alright. There's some trash cans. You see like some small gerbil-like creatures.
Ew.
It's like a two-headed rat.
She's just gawking at the rat.
You get inside and you walk about 5 feet in and those really alluring neon red lights that were going in immediately stop. Like the bulbs are broken probably. So it just kind of looks dark and spooky. There's a guy there, sort of sitting in the corner of this dead-end alleyway.
She's not going beyond the lights.
He's just sort of laying down.
She wants to see if she's alive. So is there anything near her?
It's a rock.
She's gonna grab the rock and just gonna throw it at him and see if he's awake or not.
Make a ranged attack.
Boom, it like broken rib. Oh god. I have to like
What would I add to it?
Dex and wisdom.
19.
His AC was not that high. So, you see this guy just sort of lying down on the ground looking a little disheveled. You pick up a rock.
Hey,
Just
are
go.
you alive?
Pings him upside the head. It's like, ah, what the fuck? Ah! Am I alive? Maybe not. You just hit me with a friggin' missile. What was that?
It was a rock.
Why would you throw rocks at people?
To see if you were alive.
Of course I'm alive. You may just leave a perfectly good corpse lying around.
I mean, I didn't want to go up and touch it in case you were dead.
I mean, that's fair. Wait, no, I'm supposed to be angry. You see this really disheveled looking, pretty much homeless guy. His head's bleeding a little. Like, what are you even doing here?
I've seen the pretty lights.
Oh, that'll get you. There's a lot of pretty lights on this colony. A lot of them lead to very scary places.
Exactly like this area right now.
Yeah, you should probably get out of here before some maniac tries to stab you.
She's gonna pick up another rock and stare at him or backing up just in case.
He is perfectly still. He doesn't make any move to follow. He's just still and staring into your soul.
She's just gonna leave.
Alright, so you leave, and at this point, they're like 100 feet in the distance. You guys can make another perception check to see if she's gone.
Okay, 21.
No.
Dara doesn't see. So, you managed to clock that it feels like no one's walking behind you anymore, like she was.
I
And you
stopped
turn
her.
around and see that she's just gone.
I call it to the others. I think Cherry stopped somewhere.
And then you see her, like, 100 feet in the distance, just sort of uncomfortably walk out of an alleyway.
Drone, what's her location?
You're,
Yeah, she's fine.
you're over your comm. Oh, we're just 100 feet down the road. We found a... She threw a rock at a homeless guy.
Good.
Shaking head, shaking head.
Oh, you can catch up with the group just fine.
Does she see Dora's blue hair? Does she see Dora's blue hair?
Oh yeah, it's easy to spot from
She's
far
gonna
away.
go running.
It reflects the light.
That's good. She's gonna sort of like run to catch up to them.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Just a minute or two. And you catch back up to the group.
Are you alright?
I thought he was dead and I threw a rock at him. He was very much alive. His head's bleeding.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
okay, just try to avoid throwing rocks at people in future.
He was just laying on the ground. I didn't know.
You could have let him lay there.
I didn't know he was
Hey, at
dead
least she
or
didn't
not.
shoot him.
It's fair.
Yeah, he was shoot friendly, so I figured throwing a rock would be okay.
Just
Okay.
stay close.
Let's take a look at the pistol on her side.
But yeah, you guys can keep heading into the city.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
still
we
don't
get
put
to-
any of my weapons away yet. I still have all
So
my weapons
you still have your armory.
just on me.
Yeah, so you say that and then you look and she's just covered head to toe.
Any
The-
decent looking outfitters or clothes?
The sniper rifle on her back, the pistol, the big staff,
The knife.
the knife.
Well, the staff is only like this.
Oh yeah,
big.
no, the staff on her belt, but it's still like glowing and clearly
Yeah.
visible. The knife.
You look like a fucking like.
You look like an
cyberpunk-
assassin.
A cyberpunk Jedi with a sniper rifle.
Basically.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Do we have any like outfitters around that we could get her some, at least proper holsters and stuff for this kind of stuff?
Make another investigation roll.
We're still on our way to the junk shop. Now I roll good. Dirty 20.
The junk shop probably has that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Might not be the highest quality, but
All right. So we're already at the junk shop now.
yeah, you guys, after like 5 minutes of walking, you get to the junk shop.
Go right up to the front desk. Put both hands on the table loudly
It's
in front of the clerk.
You see a big sign that says Stardust Trashing Things.
Awesome. Okay. Look him straight in the eye. What is the last thing you would expect to sell today?
See a very short, sickly-looking old man. Very large glasses with like 1,000 different lenses he can flip down.
She is staring directly at the Earthman's
Like,
glasses.
I guess, what was the last thing I was expecting to sell today?
Yeah, what is the last thing you'd expect to be able to sell today?
Just a general luck roll.
I love this question.
I don't love that I have to answer it. Ah. Depends on what you're looking for, my friend.
All right.
He sort of nervously
So-
eyes the people in coalition uniforms.
So I'm looking for any old media, music, videos, equipment. I'm looking for some clothing. My friend here needs some better equipment, holstering stuff.
So he sort of flips down a few of those lenses. He's
Okay.
like, oh yeah, you look like a walking armory.
And anything that's eclectic.
Eclectic, alright. He just sort of sinks behind the desk.
See, when you come into a shop, I love that question because they'll always come up with the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
I think he'll want some dye for the eyes. His sunglasses he was wearing.
Maybe.
Alright, I rolled really high on all of those. I rolled a 16, a 17, and an 18. So,
find the bag of holding.
okay, so
What is this? It was a pocket.
you see him
technology.
sink underneath basically the like corner of the table, and if any of you were to look over, he'd be gone. And then after about a minute, 2 minutes of waiting, he just sort of pops back up with an arms full of stuff, and just sort of puts it on the counter. All right, as far as holsters go, sort of passes you. It's just a tangled mess of a bunch of different holsters and pockets and stuff you could add onto outfits. But aside from the fact that it's just kind of jumbled up in a ball, it's high quality stuff. It's like leather, which is very rare. You guys know.
Actual
You know.
leather. The cows
Actual-
aren't common now.
Actual leather from a real cow.
She's just feeling his straps.
It's very well made. I know a lot about those things.
Basically, it would probably be like 4 sets of holsters kind of jumbled together in a thing. So you'd have one probably for your rifle, one that you could put on for your staff, or your one for your pistol, and one for your thing. So it'd be 4 separate
It's
holsters.
a merc kit.
So
Yeah.
yeah, a merc kit. So you get a bunch of holsters that'll allow you to
Quick draw your
better like
weapons.
keep onto your stuff. And yeah, the holster for your pistol is actually made for quick draws. So
And shoot
You like it?
by the gun.
Does it fit?
Can she try them on?
yeah, go ahead. Just a roll.
9.
Do a charisma. How good do you look in it?
Do I need to do another charisma roll?
If you want to.
Sorry, I got it.
22.
So you grab like the pistol holster, and you sort of wrap it around your neck like a necklace, and you put the gun in it. Kind of works, honestly.
You now have a
good.
chest holster.
On anyone else, it would look really dumb, but for some reason, it kind of works.
You punky Brewstered it.
And it's basically just a necklace with a holster now, the gun in it.
What do you think?
This is how I wear it.
Sure.
Ask him.
If it works, if you're comfortable drawing from that, practice. That's what he would tell you. Practice drawing it, see if that's comfortable.
Okay, she's gonna take her gun out and see.
No,
Make
I grab the gun first, remove the bullets, put it back
You
in.
can just slide the
just slide the.
oh no, wait, it's one of the
It's one of the
rail guns. So you can just sort of open the thingy and pour out all the cryo BBs.
Pour all the BBs, and then I hand it back to you and say, try drawing it, see how comfortable it is.
It's a dex I need, right? So
Yeah.
15?
You reach up, you pull it out. You gotta clip your chin on the way out. It's a very blocky gun. But you get it out quick.
Do you want to try a different way of having it?
Sure, is there a different way?
I will remove it. Do I even have to roll? I can put on a holster. It's something I've done. So I put it on your leg holster where it actually looks like more cowboyish.
Okay.
So then I teach you how to pull it out of that, and it's basically just kind of quick and easy at that point.
As they're doing this, sort of roots through he grabbed a lot of stuff and he's just sort of rooting through it now. And he pulls out, let's see, something that would be extremely valuable.
I don't know.
It's a box. He in this pile of junk, he somehow pulls out like a sizable cardboard box, opens it up, and it's like a cardboard box dug out of an attic, just filled with DVDs.
Okay, I'll take that.
Do you want to take a look through it?
No, I'll just buy it.
All right.
Sight unseen.
Yeah.
I'll make it easy on you.
So it's got 43 DVDs in it. Let's see. Old media, gear. The third thing.
Clothing.
Clothing.
And anything that looks eclectic.
Eclectic.
Does
As well as the one thing you least expect to be able to sell.
As far as eclectic goes, he reaches in and pulls out this square-shaped object, multicolored on many sides, sort of jumbled up, puts it down. Colors are kind of faded.
Pick it up. Does it manipulate?
It's a Rubik's Cube. I don't know what that is. I've had it for decades,
Fucking
though.
hate these things.
Some sort of mystical device.
Oh
or
yeah, it's cursed.
ancient weapon from years long past.
Yeah.
I've never been able to get all the colors to line up, but I imagine if you were to do it, it would explode.
It's a cursed item, man. I don't.
my character
I
gets
don't,
ready to blast it with a stun baton? Like he's like,
Yeah.
like charging up his stun baton to
You
blast
will-
this fucking thing.
I guarantee you will lose hours in this thing. And there's nothing in it.
I could have sworn it was explosive.
No, they were toys.
It's a weird toy. He sort
Can
of
I do
reaches.
an intelligence check to see if I actually remember how to do one?
Sure, make an intelligence check to try to solve the Rubik's Cube.
15 plus 30, 20?
So as the old man goes on about how it's a really weird thing to have with a toy, and you could have sworn he's seen grenades that look like it. You're just sort of fiddling with it, and he's like, I fucking hate these things, and click. It's done.
I take a step back instinctively once he finishes it, thinking it might be explosive.
The old man sees and he full on vanishes under the desk again.
Start tossing it. Put it back on the table for a moment.
Hands up, peeks over the
It's
edge.
a puzzle.
Ow.
Anything else?
Oh yes, as far as the last thing that I thought I would sell today,
I'll pick it up and I'll toss it at you.
he pulls out,
I catch it.
Okay.
It's like a 13.
You mix it all up and see if you can get the colors back.
it's a cube made of plastic, a lot of colors.
Does something happen when you complete
No,
it?
it just drives a person nuts because most people can't finish it.
Puts it on the desk. Cautiously.
As far as for the last thing I thought I would sell today, I've had these for so long, and I've had people come in here interested in items and call this the worst piece of gear they've ever seen in their lives. I've been threatened with violence over these.
You all see me like visually
Even
like
I'm
perk up.
curious.
He pulls out a pair of pretty much military combat boots. Heavy duty. They look pretty normal, all things considered, till he turns them around, and you can see on sort of like the back heel, there's like a tube.
Doing a good little hit, but
I walk over and start picking
No
them up.
way. Are these rocket boots?
Now, sir, he has these are certified gun boots.
Done.
sorry, dude, come
Gun boots?
Yes.
I'm examining them detailed.
So he presses a button on like the toe, and like I think he slides on like an ammo cartridge, basically. It's like, I don't know where this is kept inside, but I've worn it. It's comfortable. Clicks it back in. You see, the goal is that you wear it on your feet, and then you can shoot downwards, but only downwards.
Okay, so it shoots out the heel?
No, it shoots downwards. As in, if you orient it up like a kick, the barrel will adjust itself to aim downwards.
So if you're drop kicking somebody, you're gonna shoot him too.
Yes.
So it's like a super kick.
Yes. It's very difficult to operate. You have to finagle the trigger with one of your toes.
I'm going to be examining it. Can I make an investigation check?
Yes. Go ahead.
Can I check the other one and make a reroll?
Yeah, you're looking at both of the boots. Any of you can if you want to.
I'm gonna have my drone scan it. that
15.
Some nice shoes. The barrel on the back is kind of weird, but you think it might kind of work in the same way as like your heels do. Maybe it's just like a more practical military grade high heel.
It's a fancy high heel. That's all she says.
What did you guys roll?
15 with my. Oh, actually, would I get the advantage with the scan?
Sure, if you're using your drone.
So that's 15
What'd you
or
get?
15.
less.
So on 15s, you can gather, yeah, these are some bulky combat boots. You load a thin clip of ammo into basically the back, which is kind of bulky, and then you can fire a bullet out of the. It's basically like a pedal on the inside that you can press down with
What do you think,
to
man?
fire it.
Shroud?
It might need to be bring it to the scientist from some finagling, but yeah.
Oh, it's top of the line. It's never been used. It's literally been sitting in storage for 40 years. Might be a little dusty.
How much would this run?
How much for the lot?
For the lot? Between the holsters and
And I'm preparing my charisma roll to talk it down already.
the old discs that I don't really understand. Are you taking the infernal cube?
You guys want the cursed item?
He looks at you and just shake. My character just looks at you and shakes his head. He doesn't trust things that go insane, cause insanity.
Yeah.
That's all you said, and
Might
that's
be
what
a
stuck
good
with him.
gift for the scientist.
He shrugs at that.
Whole lot, sure.
For the whole lot, so the holsters, the box of discs, the infernal cube, and the gun boots, that'll run you, and he sort of goes over to like a very old looking cash register and presses a bunch of buttons, does a ding. About 1,500 credits. It's mainly the gun boots. I just want to get them out of here.
10 charisma. 1,500. You couldn't do. Since I'm doing the whole lot here, and I mean, they are reject boots and trash and a cursed piece of trash. So the most thing I'm paying for is the holsters. For 1,500 credits, I could buy a nice new ship.
You did come to Stardust's trashing thing.
And have you
so.
heard? Quick question for you. On a side note, completely separate. Have you heard of the What the Fuck channel?
Oh yes, you're that newfangled radio
Nice to meet you, I'm
thing.
Bob. Yeah.
Oh, you're the guy. All right.
Yeah.
You can re-roll that charisma roll if you want.
15 plus 3, 18.
Oh, okay, you're that guy. That guy who's on the radio and talks about things. Right.
Yeah.
My son loves listening to that thing.
Really? So tell you what. Give me the lot. I'll give you 500 credits and tickets to tonight's show.
Oh, tickets to tonight's show?
Yep.
That whole mech fight that's going
Yeah.
on? You're involved in that?
Of course.
Oh, wonderful. My son is too.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's the local champion. Or was until last year.
Excellent. I'm with Red Comet, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
So deal?
I mean, I'll go.
Okay.
He's my kid. I don't have to cheer for him, though.
I hand him the 200, 500 credits.
So he takes the 500 credits, puts it in the very empty register. He's like, yes, made a sale.
Okay.
He's like, is there anything else I can help you folks with?
And
Any
I'll whisper
other...
to you.
And
I bet you could get the money back from him.
any other trash and/or things you'd like to have? I have far more cursed armaments in the back if you'd like.
Oh yeah, cursed armaments are awesome.
Actually, I have something that may interest you personally.
All right, hit me with it.
Do you want to take a look at his cursed
Looking
armory?
at your glasses. Do you
Yeah, I'll
have
check
poor
it out.
eyesight?
He takes them off, and his eyes look really big with all the glasses, like bug-eyed basically. He takes them off, and you can see he's like really squinty. Eyes are a little smoky.
Very poor eyesight. I have these new things that I call dye for the eye.
Die for the eye.
Yeah.
Is it going to make my eyes die? Because I'm already halfway there.
No, it'll change the color of your eyes, but also give you perfect vision.
Perfect
For a whole
vision.
year. Yeah.
For a year. He sort of clicks down a bunch of thingies. Like literally all of the lenses he has until it's like, it looks like binoculars basically. And he gets in real close and examines them. I can see that there's nanotechnology in there.
Yeah. I have
Is-
a bunch of other colors.
It's interesting. I tried working with nanotech once, and he flips back all of his things and it takes like an entire minute. I tried working with nanotechnology once, But then the nanotech dog I made decided to turn into a rampaging nanotech grizzly bear. And life was just never the same. These are cool though. Are they for sale or?
They can do
Yeah,
that?
I'm selling them.
I shrug. I'm not a nanotech scientist.
So they're for sale?
Yeah.
How much?
For a set, because it gives you perfect vision but also colors your eye, I'm charging 200 credits for a set.
200 credits. That's a solid 2/5 of my current bank account. That's a hard bargain right there.
Well, while you think of it, let's see some of these other items.
Alright, so we can head around back.
All right.
Make a
You're the
charisma roll to
expert.
sell them on it.
So what does this back room look like?
Oh my god.
22.
We'll get back to you in a second. So you guys head around back to like a place named Arms and Armaments in the far back, and you just see the most bizarre armor and weapons and tools. You see a cryo blowtorch. Supposed to be like a welding torch, but it just super cools things instead of superheats them. You see a suit of armor that like looks like this big, awesome, basically Spartan suit, and then you touch it and it's squishy like rubber.
So
I'm gonna make another roll. Make investigation rolls, the two of you.
Do I get advantage since I have the drone scanning
Sure.
too?
Yeah.
16.
That's cocked.
It's a witch.
Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
That's intelligence, right? Yeah. Oh. 23.
So at 16, you find a sword. It looks like a relatively plain sword until you notice that along the blade it looks kind of like a chain. Like all the different parts of the sword are linked together. And then you see pretty much a trigger on the bottom of it.
Oh!
Or on like underneath the hilt, rather.
Looks like a gun.
I examine it. I look over at the proprietor.
Oh, you can take them off the shelf. Just don't kill anyone in my store.
I'll kind of aim it away from everyone else and click the trigger.
You click the trigger. How long do you click it for?
I'll hold it down because I don't know. It doesn't look like a gun.
You click the trigger, and the sword extends. Like a link of chains being funneled out of the base, the sword just gets perpetually longer until it's like a 10-foot blade, basically.
Once I release, does it go back down?
Yeah, like a tape measure, basically. It slaps back down to regular size.
Huh. I'll put that aside, like on a counter. I won't
It's
put
like
that back in the shelf.
Pure shroud cure.
Yeah, but I'm not actually looking for the shroud right now.
On your, 22?
23.
23, you find kind of odd-looking drone. It's about watermelon-sized. It's not cylindrical. It's
Dome.
oval-shaped. Yeah, oval. Thank you. It's oval-shaped, but not like football. It's like rounded on the ends, and you see along the bottom a lot of panels that would indicate that it would open.
No, I mean, news. Yeah,
Investigation check.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can get any idea what it is. I rolled a 1.
the drone will give you advantage.
Yeah, I forget, it was either New England or maybe New Hampshire.
I am not meant to know what this
It
is.
was like,
8.
It's a real fancy-looking drone, honestly. Maybe a storage thing.
Can I make a mind roll?
It's an intelligence
Or intelligence, one of those.
Yeah.
Can I try?
Sure, you can run over.
See if it works. No. No.
19. We just watched Batman Forever, right?
Yeah.
Does it look like the pod that he went into and like that he got his because if I remember the movie correctly, at one point he gets into a pod. It's like a holding container.
The trip to the Batcave?
Yeah. Does it look kind of like that? This domish object that's meant to be like a
Well,
carrier?
it's not that big, but you
It's
can
a
tell.
drone.
Yeah.
There's a button on it.
I click the button.
You click the button, it sort of hovers to life, and it says, choose person in like a Siri voice, basically.
I point at him.
The drone orients itself to you. You hear some clicking. The bottom of it opens, and then it launches at you like a face hugger.
I call out as I try
Make a
to tackle
dexterity
him out of
check
the
to
way.
You're making dexterity
Can I
check
make
to
it?
dodge
Can,
the
can I
bullet.
help him?
You
Push
can
him out
both
of the way.
You can give him advantage.
I did. Oh yeah. Because
Or
honestly,
you can both roll if you. I don't know.
Oh no, I'll give my
I also have the
advantage.
power suit.
That's on strength rolls.
Fuck. So, 13.
It whizzes over your head. Just gonna. And latches onto Dara.
It's alive?
Everyone just clunk. She sort of steps back.
I'm losing my shit right now, about to kill the proprietor with the
You
headshot.
see a few
Like,
things sort of go zzz, 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 clink, clink. And then you see a little visor open up. Zzz, it's a helmet.
You okay, Dara?
Yeah, I think so. It is kind of hurt. That's kind of loud.
I look over at the proprietor.
Ah, yes, the drone helm. It was a wonderful idea until someone basically got Iron Maidened with one.
Oh my god.
Is there a deactivation code?
Dara sort of feels around, presses the thing on the back, click. It just drops to the ground.
Yeah, no thank you.
So her ears are like a little red from when it clunked around her head.
I'll take it though. And the sword, so far. I'll
Alright.
let him know. Give me a price when we're done shopping. I also ask if he has any modifications for grenade launchers, ejectors,
Like a whole grenade launcher, or just
something.
stuff to add to it?
Addable additions or secondary use items. I want to make my gauntlets a little better. I will be Mandalorian one day.
He once again vanishes underneath his desk. So you hear some sounds of rooting around. You think you see him poke his head out from behind a shelf on the other side of the store. And he's gone. And he comes back up, and he's got a lot of different things in his hands that he, again, just a sort of pile that he dumps on the, right next to the other pile.
Yep. No, I'll go through the pile. I'll make an investigation check.
Get back to you real quick. So you rolled extremely high on selling him that stuff.
22.
So these last for a year, huh? I'll take two sets.
2 sets. That would be 100 credits.
So he reaches into the cash register, takes out the 500 credits you just gave him, takes one of the 100 bills, puts it back in, hands you the other 4.
She takes it and gives. What colors would you like?
Um,
What are your favorite
I'll
colors?
take bright neon green, and you have a strobe light one that'll just make my eyes change colors rapid fire.
Those ones will be custom, but I can get them to you later.
Okay, because that would be great. Because if someone came in and tried to rob the store, I could just like look at them, and then they would have a
Crazy.
seizure, and it'd be great.
I will try to make those for you. So, for now, I'm gonna give you back 200 since you haven't bought those secondary contacts yet.
All right.
If you would like, I can have you can have one of the drones even deliver it to him. Plus, I almost forgot, drone. Remember, take a snapshot of him, VIP list, make sure he's in the best seats.
Your drone sort of hovers over. It takes a screen. It takes like a picture of him. He sort of gives like a thumbs up.
I look at you. We're gonna have his dad cheering against him.
It'll do a lot of
So
damage
do
to
I
morale.
just hang on to the 400 that I got then?
Yeah, just hold on to the 400.
He already paid for it, so now it's just
and
delivered.
remove one from your inventory. So you were getting the helm drone and the extendo sword.
Yep.
So you bring both of those over. Like, I'm glad to see no one was beheaded in the store today. These are both very dangerous items that I've had people wield extremely poorly in the shop. That's why we have red carpets.
So I also looked through the stuff he threw on the table for the grenades.
All right, the grenade launchers.
Yep. I made
can I get
a
a
18 investigation. Oh, wait, investigate. Is it investigation perception?
Investigation.
Dirty 20.
Damn. All right.
Bonus.
So you're looking for like modifications to add onto a grenade launcher?
More like add a additions to add on to my Shades outfit. I'm looking for kind of a little...
Weapons for your weapon slots for the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want a couple of, like, single-use grenade launchers.
All right,
like,
yeah.
for that soul
So
power. Like, small little ones. I
He
can
drops a
break them.
bunch of... They're kind of all shaped similarly, just sort of basic frame, and then on the end there's something different. But basically all the things that you could basically just click onto your wrist.
Okay.
You see a couple that look like just basic cannons, like arm guns. You see one that it's sort of got like a little barrel and then a little strap that comes out and goes under the barrel. It's a flamethrower.
I grabbed the flamethrower so far.
You see one. It pretty much looks like the Mandalorian's the whistling bird thing that he has that shoots out all the little mini projectiles. You see one of
Grab that
those.
too.
I'll say,
Is there a taser?
yeah. There's like a little add-on that you could clip onto one of those, which is pretty much just like a little taser prod.
That's what I was looking for. So yeah, that's. I tell him that's what I'll grab for me. So that would be a taser prod. Taser prod attachment.
And then Bob, my friend, because
Hi.
I saw how excited you got earlier about the proposition of rocket boots. Really big, heavy boots, thrusters on the bottom.
That's such a bad idea. But I want them.
It won't be very fun to walk in, but they'll get you where you need to be.
What's the flamethrower radius?
I'll say that's like a
Stream length?
10-foot stream,
10-foot, gotcha.
Nah,
10
I don't
foot-
think I'll go with the rocket boots.
10-foot
anyway.
cone, maybe.
10-foot cone.
All right, well, I'll just put these back on the shelf. And he puts them back on the shelf, and as he's moving his hand away, he clicks a button and they go through the roof. Wow, they are really going. I hope they don't puncture the outer wall. That would be bad.
Okay.
So flamethrower, the cattle, taser prod. What was the last one?
Flamethrower, taser prod, micro missile launcher. We'll call it for legality's sake.
Okay.
It's just warm and comfy and kind of soft in here, so it kind of gives that kind of nice sleepy atmosphere. Plus, it's been a long week.
I'll say I'll probably run you another 500.
I drop it. No issue.
Aha, I have now made, and he moves it back to his still very empty cash register. I have now made $600.
I ask him if-
600% increase from last year's totals.
I ask him, disregarding the rank and insignia, because I know I'm in my jumpsuit. Do you have any weed?
You guys aren't narcs, are you?
No. It's for
Awesome.
personal use.
Do you really think I'd be a narc? Look at the kind of shit that I'm carrying. As I pull out and I light up the plasma blade, put it back. Pull out the rail gun, light it off, put it back.
Wow, holy shit. Lucky you're running with these guys, otherwise you'd probably get arrested.
Plus, my channel.
Oh yeah, makes sense. He opens
You've
up,
seen me kill mobsters.
he opens up a drawer, and he just pulls the drawer out. He puts it down, and it's like cigar-sized blunts.
I ask for a handful. I drop 200 credits to him.
You get the whole drawer.
200 credits?
Yeah.
Which is the drawer.
I just grab the box.
Roll a d12.
9.
You get 9.
Just break-
800 credits as he puts it in the thing.
At that point, I look over at you as I'm like bagging all the shit that I've
I like
grabbed.
this guy. It's too bad he doesn't work with Solo. Could you imagine that networking?
Oh, you know Solo?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Told you we should have seen if he had any contacts here.
That guy's the best. He sold me the gun boots
Ah.
40 years back.
That makes sense. He's actually not that far from here now.
Really?
He's expanding.
Wow, he's franchising.
He's franchising, yeah.
You know, I'd franchise if I could, but I don't have any employees, just my deadbeat son who's too busy with his mech fighting to visit his old dad down at the trash and things.
Tell you what. Contact me on the What the Fuck channel. We can set up a meeting.
Pretty good to see an old friend like that again. After I get the roof repaired. But yeah, unless there's anything else you guys want. So,
I need to warn you about the contacts.
okay,
Once they're in, you cannot get them out for a year.
cool. He takes off his glasses, he grabs the contacts, and he just slams those things into his eyes. He's like, oh! Oh! I think it went on the other side of my eye. Oh! Sort of like ducks down behind. I actually hit myself in the face with that. And he sort of ducks down, but he's like, oh! Got it! And then he comes back around and you see his hands are, like bright green. But the contacts are on his eyes.
Can she look to see if like the contact colors are
Photoshop.
messed up?
Your photo sound.
If she needs to like fix it.
Sure.
Since it's nanotech, do I?
Yeah, roll with advantage. Pretty much on anything related to nanotech, you can roll
I'm
with
gonna
advantage.
keep the 14.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
And then it's wisdom, intelligence,
I'd say wisdom.
so 18.
They're in there. The green's a little dull. It's a bit less of a neon green, but more of a pale green. You think some of the coloring probably ran out onto like his hands and stuff.
I should have helped you with that.
They're in there secure though.
Oh, they're good in there. They're not gonna be neon green. Is that okay?
It's like, wow,
They're gonna be like a pea green.
I can see in color again. I'm realizing that doesn't make sense because he mentioned having red carpets earlier, but I'm gonna roll with it. It's like, wow, these are something.
Well, red's not one of the first colors you lose. It's usually blues and yellows that are hard to see at first.
Guess I don't need these things anymore. And he's looking at the glasses and he's like, there's a price gun, puts it on the shelf.
That's awesome.
Like, well, unless you need folks, you folks need, I'm having a stroke. Unless you folks need help with anything else.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'll give him a copy of Solo's card. Give him a call. Tell him that Bob sent you.
All right.
And that you're looking to maybe join in his franchising.
He pockets it. Well, have a-
Because as a remote what Solo store, you might be joining his franchise, but you'll be part of a larger group.
maybe we'll have benefits. That'd be nice. But yeah, I'll give him a call. You bunch have just been wonderful, by the way.
Oh, it's
You're
been
far-
fantastic
You're
dealing
by
with you.
far my best customers. Or favorite
Right.
customers.
And-
Have your strobe eyes ready for you by the end of tonight, maybe.
Excellent.
And I apologize in advance for kicking your son's ass tonight.
Oh, it's fine. He's got it coming.
Okay, I'll send you a straight video of it.
Well, I'll be there. I'm
I know.
gonna get packed up to head out in a little bit.
Yep, we're setting you up with VIP.
And
Hell
now
yeah.
you'll be able to see it in perfect vision.
Yeah, now I won't
Your
have to
son
go
didn't
with
even
the-
give you VIP seats to his show.
No,
What
he
the-
made me pay directly for the tickets at like the regular price last season. Didn't even get a family
Even
discount.
my character's like, I hope this guy gets his ass beat.
Holy shit, man.
You know how expensive those tickets are just on the regular?
No.
It's like 500 credits. You could buy a spaceship with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was actually worried I wouldn't be able to attend tonight's fight until you guys came in.
So then how about we just take him and he can be our dad for now? Like,
It's awesome. This guy's
Wow.
fun.
He has his own story. He's got everything
What?
there.
I said
No.
she's still new to his society.
I don't have any other children. What's going on?
I thank him for all of his
I'm
help.
not paying you.
I thank him for all of his help. Tell Darwin that she should grab you and make our way out.
Okay. You leave and you can see him be like, whew, that was a close call. Sort of sinks underneath the desk once more.
So as I'm looking through all the gear, you know, it's so funny. I have that Manta Mini over there. I'm just like, that looks like the drone you described.
Yeah, pretty much. The Black Manta dome head.
Is that
Yeah.
going to be the new Shroud?
Well, no, it's part of the, you know, Solo Avengers. I'm making all the team members.
Oh, is that for Jenkins?
I think so. Honestly, because he fucking his jaw last time, he might actually sound like a badass with a voice
Give him a
modulator.
cool voice filter
That's
so he
not
doesn't
what
sound
I'm
like he's
doing.
still actively going through puberty.
Like, Reynolds is gonna be Captain America, so now I need like an Aquaman. You know, we're making our way through. And the sword.
Jenkins gets to be Aquaman, that's so fitting. Gets to be the lamest one.
So mean, but yeah. I'm
So
not
yeah,
lying.
you guys head out of Stardust's trash and things. I think I've changed the name like 3 times by now.
No, that was pretty much it the whole time.
With a lot of different loot. and 400 credits from your first sale.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Yay. I need to figure out how to make strobe eyes.
Well, you do have access to the computer, which has access to the printer, and you can do it straight from your drone. You don't actually have to go to the ship to do
Take a
stuff.
break
You
now?
know?
And she like sort of grabs
Take
the
a break?
drone,
Take a
like
break if you
poke it
guys
in the
want.
eye. Just to get it to work.
You poke the drone in the eye, it's like, ah! And then it sort of like backs up a little bit, spins around, you see the back folds out into basically like a working table.
It worked.
Oh, I was just thinking of display so she can use the 3D
Oh, okay.
printer. That
Yeah, like a table display basically. It folds out into like an iPad, basically.
She's gonna start working on.
Yeah, you
strobe
can
eyes.
start. Well,
I'll keep an eye on her and guide her to make sure she stays with us. Okay, but you want to take a break here?
yeah.
All right.
That's a
It is nanotech, so roll with advantage.
We will take a break and be back in a little bit.
21.
Alright. So sorry things are a bit slow going. I had to get back into the groove after I nearly checked it out.
No, we all needed to kind of wake up.